What's up, y'all? It's your girl Letty, and I am back with another video. I'm doing something different. It's called Let's Get to the Point, where I just go ahead and break down a movie within like 5 minutes. Yeah, sometimes we just don't have time. Today's movie, Eye for an Eye. We're gonna get to the point. Let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the point. Let's get to the point. Now, this movie starts off with a girl named Anna. Her parents both have died in a car accident that she was in, and she's forced to go live with her grandmother, who she knows nothing about. Her grandmother is blind, and she ends up meeting her auntie, who is her grandmother's sister. The aunt is very skittish, won't go in the house. I don't know what's going on with her. But anyway, Anna meets two new people. She ends up meeting them on the river. She meets Julie and she meets Sean. Now, she becomes friends with them because she is still in high school, even though we don't see her go to school at all. Anna's auntie has told her what happened to her grandmother. Her grandmother got blind because of something called the Sandman. Now, the Sandman comes and he takes your eyeballs. Yeah, he just snatches them right on up like Jeepers Creepers. And that's what happened to her grandmother. Come to find out, the auntie is the one who wrote the grandmother's name on this tree. Now, this tree, if you write anybody's name on it, the Sandman will come for their asses, okay? So the auntie did that to her own sister. Come to find out, the grandma, the auntie's sister, was a bitch, a uber bitch, okay? And nobody liked her. She was very mean. And her sister wrote her name on that tree. Sandman came and snatched them eyeballs right on up. And one day, Sean, which is an asshole, and I really never liked him anyways, he decides to bully a little boy who's skating and minding his own business. He ends up throwing him over the rail down below, where the little boy ends up breaking his arm. Now, Anna ends up walking him to the hospital and dropping him off, and later on, this little boy goes and visits Anna's auntie. She gives this little boy the same ID, and he goes and writes down Anna's name, Sean's name, and Julie's name. That means the Sandman is coming for their asses. Now, all three of them end up having nightmares, and their nightmares end up turning into daymares where they're awake. Like, Sandman is not playing. Freddy Krueger who? Sean comes up and is like, what's going on? Why are y'all acting like this? And they tell him, listen, somebody wrote our names on this tree, and this tree is rooted with the Sandman. I know because my grandmother lost her eyes this way. They take Sean to the tree, and he doesn't believe it. He even ends up pissing on the tree whenever Anna and Julie walk away. And that's when the Sandman said, oh, you disrespectful, snatched his eyeballs. He goes and runs into a tree head first. He's out of here. Julie is in the pool, and there's floating eyeballs around, and she ends up almost drowning. Now, her and Anna really think that they should tell themselves that they are dreaming while they're dreaming to try to figure out how to, beat the Sandman's time. Now, Julie is not so lucky. The Sandman actually comes and takes one of her eyes while she's in the tub, and she ends up falling asleep. I don't know why she did that. He took one of her eyes. She tries to get out. She ends up hitting her head on the tub and just dying right there. The Sandman was looking like, damn, I ain't really have to do much. Let's swing back to the grandma. Blind grandma is doing something weird. She has been digging up mud from this tree and has been painting her room with it. She really is about to try to sacrifice her own granddaughter so she can see the sun. Baby, you've been blind for damn near 60 years. You can live another 10 without being able to see. Well, she ends up trying to sacrifice her granddaughter, and her granddaughter ends up fighting back and stabbing grandma in the eye with the scissors she was trying to stab her own granddaughter with. Now, the auntie comes to the house, and she sees that her sister is at the top of the stairs with scissors in her eyes. Now, the grandma pulls out the scissors and ends up falling down the steps. I thought she was a goner, but she's not gone. Now, the sister goes down and she's like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And the grandma looks at her and said, I know it was you that did this to me, you jealous bitch. And she ends up stabbing her own sister in her eye. She falls down the steps, and both of them are gone. They're out of here, skedaddled. Now, Anna ends up figuring out the reason why the Sandman has appeared and what she has to do. It's an eye for an eye. Even though she was against what Sean did and didn't stop him, she still has to do this. She takes a hammer and ends up banging her own arm. And it turns out to be looking just like this little boy's arm, but an eye for an eye, so she did that. And the Sandman let her slide. He's like, okay, you wasn't as bad. Okay, them other two, I had to snatch him up. But you all right. Anna ends up staying alive. Her grandma and crazy auntie are dead, and I don't know who she's gonna live with now because she don't have a mama or a daddy either. But bottom line is, she came out alive. that was the end of this movie. Let me know what you thought about this little quick recap. I probably did miss some pieces, but this is really just the gist of it. All right, it's your girl Letty, and we'll be back quicker than you can say abracadabra.